Hi friends, welcome to my channel, and this is the first video of 10 most expected questions. And the first chapter we are starting with is solid states. It's the first chapter of chemistry. So let's begin. What the first question that is most likely to be asked is what is isomorphism? As amorphous and crystalline substances are deleted from the syllabus for this year only, there are a lot of chances that what is isomorphism will be asked. You have to write the answer in points and also give an example to get full marks for this question. The answer is a phenomena in which two or more crystalline substances show same crystalline structure is called isomorphism, and the crystals are called isomorphous. For example, NaNO3 and CoCO3, they have atomic ratios 1:1:3. This may come for 2 marks, 1 mark for the definition and 1 mark for the example. You can just note it down in your notebook so that you don't forget it, and please try to learn it now itself so that you can do better in your board exams. So the next most likely question to be asked is how does Schottky defect arise? Schottky defect arises in ionic solids due to missing of equal number of cations and anions from their regular positions in the crystal lattice, creating vacancies. This question might come for 2 or 3 marks. The drawing of figure is really necessary in this question as it carries at least 1 or half mark. There are more 2 points in this answer. There arises formation of 2 holes per loss of ion pair. And after that, you have to write conditions for formation of Schottky defect, and in that you have to mention more 3 points. This is really important because it might come for 3 marks as it is having a diagram and subpoints in 1 point. Please prepare for it really well because it has also been asked in the previous year question papers. Let's move now to the next question. What are characteristics of molecular crystals? This might come for 2 marks in the question paper. The characteristics of molecular crystals are as follows. The constituent particles of these solids are molecules or unbonded single atoms of the same substance. The atoms within the molecules are bonded by covalent bonds. The molecules are held together by intermolecular forces of attraction. Now, what you have to do is always write the answer in points. Writing answer in points is really important. That gives you extra marks if you're writing really neat and clean. Next question that is most likely to ask is polymorphism. What is polymorphism? You have to define polymorphism and give an example. If it's asked for 1 mark, half mark is for definition and half mark is for example. Moreover, in a 1 mark question, only example can be asked. So I'll read the answer for you guys. If you want, you can note it down in your notebooks. A phenomena in which when single substance crystallizes in 2 or more forms under different conditions of solidification is called polymorphism, and the substance is called polymorphous. For example, calcite and organite are 2 forms of CaCO3. Right, let's move on to the next question. What is a unit cell? See, this question can be asked for 1 mark or 2 marks. Unit cell, first you have to define the unit cell and after that you have to tell its properties, at least 1 or 2. Definition of unit cell is, it is the smallest repeating structural unit of a crystalline solid which when repeated in different directions produces the crystalline solid lattice. Second point, the crystal is considered to consist of an infinite number of unit cells This is really important. The second point, and it also be asked in the MCQ part. The unit cell possesses all the characteristics of the crystalline solid. This can also be asked in MCQ format or a single line answer of 1 mark. You have to remember each and every part of the lesson for solving the MCQs, because if you don't, you'll lose your entire 1 mark. Please remember small things from the chapter. For that, you can read the entire chapter for 4 to 5 times so that you don't forget a single thing. This question can be asked for 3 marks, 1 mark for each subpoint. Give the number of lattice points in one unit cell of the following crystal structure: simple cubic, face-centered, body-centered. First, you have to define it. Lattice points in one unit cell represent the positions of atoms, ions, or molecules in the unit cell. For simple cubic unit cell, you have to write the number of lattice points. In face-centered, also you have to write the same. Similarly, you have to write it in body-centered cubic unit cell. This question can be asked for 3 marks, for 1 mark for each sub-question, and also if you draw the diagram in the final exam, it may give you 1 extra perk. Yes, that is really important. You have to write it in points. Very clearly, the number should be visible. Your 1 should never look like 7, or the teacher will not give marks. Yeah, this is really important. Your handwriting should be understandable. The next question is, find the number of atoms per unit cell in the following crystal structures: simple cubic, body-centered, face-centered. Number of atoms present in unit cell here is 1 in simple cubic unit cell. And how is it 1? You also have to tell that 1 by 8 into 8 equals 1. Next one is number of atoms in BCC unit cell. You have to tell how it's 2. Like 1 is in center, that's the very reason there's 2. You have to calculate, write it properly, explain it to the examiner in the answer sheet so that you get good marks. And the third point, yes, you can pause the video and write it down if you want to. Draw the structures really properly, because even if you have done something wrong here a bit off, you can get half mark for this. Next question, what are the uses of semiconductors? The uses of semiconductors are asked previously in the question papers of the previous years. So, the uses of semiconductors are as follows. They are used in transistors, digital computers, and cameras. They are used in solar cells and television sets. By combining N-type and P-type semiconductors, NP junctions are formed, which are effectively used in rectifiers or to convert light energy into electrical energy. So these are the 3 uses of semiconductors. This can also be asked for the 1 mark question, like write 2 uses, half mark for each, or a 2 mark question, write uses of semiconductors, and like 1 mark for this, 1 mark, half mark for this first point, half mark for the second point, and 1 mark for the third point. You can never tell how the distribution of the marks is for points. So it's supposed that you should write really well answers. What are the consequences of Frankel defect? So consequences of Frankel and Schottky defect are really important. They are asked in the previous question papers, so I guess they are really important. Consequences of Frankel defect: since there is no loss of ions from the crystal lattice, the density of the solid remains unchanged. The crystal remains electrically neutral, and the defects observed in ZnS, AgCl, AgBr, AgICF2. They can also ask you in the MCQ that Frankel defect is observed in which of the following. You have to write this. What are the consequences of Schottky defect is the next question. In this question also, you have to remember the examples because they can ask you in the MCQ or fill the table, such type of questions. Yeah, this is the end of the video. If you like this video, please click the like button and subscribe button. You can also join our group for 12th standard given below in the description box. Moreover, if you want more such videos for different chapters, each for physics, chemistry and maths, you can tell me in the comment box. Thank you guys for watching the video. See you guys soon.